He smashed me.
That was the worst wreck I've ever been in.
My neck hurts a little bit. My sunglasses feel like they're a little screwed up. I wonder. Oh, man, that is. You guys all right?
You okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was on the phone. I was talking to someone. I don't know if I didn't see the bus or y'all stop or brake lights or whatever, but I thought I had a little bit more time than I did. And everything. I'm sorry about that. I'm good.
Now let's see about it here. Yeah, that side slid back over there where I ain't got one of them clamps on. Hey Trav, I just got an fender bender. I wonder if I should go look at this right now or if I should just. I'm gonna drive it for a bit and see how she.
I can't imagine you'll be able to get in anywhere this fast either.
No, I'll have to call somebody tonight and make an appointment.
Tell the folks what just happened.
Huh?
Tell the folks what just happened.
Oh, are you rolling? We just got in a wreck. My back hurts a little bit. Other than that, we're in one piece. On this highway, and there was a school bus stopped in front of me turning at this intersection, so I just slowed down and was almost at a complete stop. I think I actually was. I think I was at a complete stop behind the school bus, and just out of nowhere, just wham, we got smoked in the back.
I had no idea it was coming.
I had no clue. I saw his truck way back there in my rear view. Didn't think anything of it, and then all of a sudden we just got smoked, completely caught off guard. I don't know how fast he was going, but I bet you he was going 40 or 50.
Yeah.
Smashed into the back of the truck. Smashed into the back of the truck. Now, bumper's totally screwed, but I'm wondering if the truck is still all right other than that. I mean, he might have just hit, because I didn't hit the bus in front of me. Like, he definitely pushed it forward, I think.
All the kids on the bus were looking like, what the heck? So,
had to get his insurance, and truck's still driving, so we're gonna keep hunting. We'll fix it later.
there it is.
That's a good sign.
That's number 2.
2 hens and not too far apart from one another.
2 hens and tons of good turkey habitat around here.
Oodles and oodles of good turkey habitat, especially from what we just came from.
Yeah. Come from the thick, nasty jungle down here to some prime looking stuff.
To paradise. Everything looks like a painting.
Alright guys, Nick and I have been cruising around this area all afternoon. We split up from Orb and Jake earlier today. Those guys been checking out some different areas, so what we found so far has been looking pretty promising. We've seen 2 hens just driving around, and pretty much everything we've drove past today has been beautiful turkey habitat. Lots of big open hardwoods like this. But for tonight, Nick and I are just walking back on this logging road close to where we saw those hens. We're gonna get out on a couple high points and see if we can hear birds gobbling. There's quite a few big creek systems that run on both sides of this ridge that we're walking down, so we're hopeful that we'll be able to get out here and get ears on a bird tonight. Up on top of each other.
I do have some in my truck.
Oh, Picardin. Excellent.
You were asking about that before.
Yeah, we definitely need that.
Already seems a little bit buggier here.
Yeah, this temperature's going up this week.
You on me back there?
Oh yeah, I just have one
bad, though.
right here. But tomorrow, I gotta quit at 11 to take my truck into the collision center.
What?
We got rear-ended hard earlier.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Come up on us strong.
We stopped behind a school bus in the middle of the road, middle of the highway.
Saved some lives, I'd like to say.
Yeah, I mean, because if we wouldn't have hit us, he would have hit the school bus.
Dang. Like St. Louis all over again.
Yeah, this
sounds worse though.
Hit. This was a hard hit. Like, I was astonished at how little damage that we had. Because as soon as it happened, Jake's like, that's the hardest wreck I've ever been in.
Holy cow, you guys have been through some stuff since I last seen you.
Yeah, my back hurts and his neck hurts.
For real?
Whiplash, yeah.
Wow. Cops show up and everything?
No, my wife was like, you should have called the cops, but I don't know, the bumper's totally smoked, but other than that, I don't think anything else is wrong with the truck.
Good to go still.
So,
Man.
I mean, I got his info and his insurance, and we're gonna take it to the collision center and get an estimate on what needs to be fixed. Tomorrow, I gotta have it there by 2:30. I don't know, it's my upper back, like right here, that hurts.
Yeah.
I don't really know why, but
man.
I mean, we got hit hard.
What happened to his vehicle?
The front end of his truck's all smashed in the
But he
center.
drove off?
No, I mean, he stopped and we talked to him.
No, but I mean, he was able to drive his vehicle
he could
off?
drive off and we
Really?
could drive off. But like that one that happened to us when we got rear-ended in the city, we heard like the tires behind us. He did not. He had no idea. Like, he was on his phone when he ran in the back of us.
Good grief.
Yeah, that's scary. It's really surprising how little damage there is.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I hope there's no more damage. I mean, the airbag light's on, but the airbags didn't deploy. I don't know how they didn't deploy. It would hit hard enough. If we wouldn't had our seatbelts on, we would have went into the windshield. I don't know if we would have went through it, because I remember like it jolting me forward like that.
I can't even imagine. I mean, no warning. Just
no
all of a
warning, none, zero.
Like, I thought the world was ending.
Yeah.
Loud noise and.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a shock when something like that happens.
I mean, just like that. Pow.
Golly. I'm glad it wasn't worse. Holy cow.
Yeah, it could have been way worse. He could have hit the back of that school bus.
Yeah.
Could have been real bad then. I really think that he hit that hinge, or that hitch right here, and like, that's what sort of stopped his truck. He hit it right there, boom.
Save some kids from having a real bad day.
Oh yeah, Jake was watching all the kids in the back of the bus. He said that was the last thing he remembered, was seeing a bunch of kids looking out the back of the bus.
Like they saw what was coming?
Like, oh yeah, because they were looking behind them.
Oh.
He's like, I was on my phone. Oh yeah, and he said he'd been in 3 other wrecks. So.
What's on the menu tonight?
The Griddle Chronicles continue. I'm gonna take a turkey breast. I'm gonna chunk it up real small and cook it on the skillet. And I'm gonna do some like stir-fried vegetables and put teriyaki sauce all over it. I've never done it before.
I'll gladly be your guinea pig.
I've been thinking about it all day. I'm pretty excited about it.
But it's wonderful. Absolutely excellent.
Frog?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
It's National Geographic over here.
You been sleeping in the back seat?
No. Ain't been saying much.
We're gonna stay close to the truck this morning since it's our first morning here. We're up here on this high spot right now. It's a clear cut out here that butts up against some public land, public woods with a big creek running through it. So we're just gonna post up here for the next 10-15 minutes, see if we can hear a bird gobble across that clear cut. Then we gotta go way up and around him to get in there to him, but this might be a location where we can at least put ears on one. This dang wind might hurt us a bit this morning. It's probably 54 degrees, 55 degrees right now, so it's warmer than it has been. Ain't carrying anywhere.
That's the loudest screech I've ever heard.
I had to get it over there. It worked. Bird just gobbled. Right on the edge of public back here.
Again. Right in there.
See if I can get him to gobble again. He ain't gobbling a lot, so.
Current status, it's 7:10. We heard that turkey gobble about 20 minutes ago from out there at the road. He just gobbled the one time that we could hear real well. Haven't heard much this morning, just that one turkey gobble the one time. Just judging by the way he was gobbling, I'm assuming that he's got hens or something, and he's not going to be very talkative this morning, but we need to learn as much as we can about this area anyway, because we know there's turkeys in here and there's nobody hunting here, so at least slide back in there in the general area of where we marked him. Yeah. I just owl screamed and got one to gobble. Sound like a Jake. Never know.
Never know.
I mean, like a choked off gobble, like a pow, just like he's either in full strut and he just turned one loose. He wasn't very far though. He was just a couple 100 yards over here. Mm-hmm. Straight over there. Let's see if we can get him to gobble again here. We're gonna ease up here, Nick. See if he'll answer an owl one more time. I love it when they answer an owl. You got time to do whatever. You got time to fine tune your setup. When they answer a turkey call, it's like Chinese fire drill.
They're kind of like a little chaos.
Yeah. We got turkey gobble. Of course. Yeah. Ted turns the camera on and he won't gobble. No. Every time I filmed it, they haven't gobbled. Man, I don't want to hit a turkey call just yet. There's an owl right here. He's gonna go to hooting in just a second. Tight lip bugger. We got this owl on our side. They're in here, they just ain't saying much. We might just hang out in here for a little bit though. I don't want to run any turkeys over. He had that like half gobble, almost like he was in strut, and it just shocked it out of him. Like, over that lip.
Oh, the real owl.
No, called the real owl right in, and he wouldn't say a peep to that.
Yeah, there's not one in here.
Good way to start our morning, get ourselves calloused up.
Oh, yeah.
Good and calloused now. I can just do it on a GoPro if you want me to. That'd be a good change of pace. Alright, we're headed out. What do I want to say here? We're headed out. We heard a turkey gobble twice in these woods. Answered me owl calling a while ago, and then haven't heard a peep since. Found some scratching, and then found a fresh pile of poop on the ground. Not turkey poop either. Nope. Some other hunter was in here. Yeah. And then we found some feathers on the ground that looked like they might have been from a deceased turkey, and we didn't hear nothing else. So we're getting the heck out of here. Pretty sure that...
yeah, these turkeys don't want to party today.
No. Season's been going now for a few days, so we're bound to start to run into things like this. Most of the gobblers get killed on public land in the first few days of the season each year. That don't mean that you can't find them. You just got to get creative. We're gonna start looking for places that are obscure and possibly overlooked
ones where there's no trails or anything like that, where we can just pop off of a road and straight into the timber, hike through a bunch of woods. People gravitate towards these trails. Anyway, we're going back to the truck. Gonna change into some lighter clothes because it's warming up, and then we're gonna be back after them here in a bit.
All right, guys, we struck out for the morning. Just got back to camp. Had to get some coffee brewed up, so Nick's got the jet boils over there going to kind of reinvigorate us. This will be the end of this video though, but before we go, we wanted to give you all some calling tips, because that was one thing that we noticed here, especially on the live podcast we've been doing lately over on the podcast channel. We've been getting a lot of questions from you guys about calling tips. A lot of mouth call questions, and then a lot of owl hooting questions. And we can cover the owl screech. That's one thing that we get asked a lot, is like, how do we do that high-pitched owl screech? And I don't really have a great answer for it. I just like pinch my vocal cords down, I guess, in the back of my throat, and I just scream through there. I don't know really how to tell you to do it any different. Like, I just sat out back behind my house when I was a kid doing that all the time until I got it where I wanted it at, I guess. But I don't know, is that the best way to do it? You've been doing it, you've been getting better and better at it for the last 2 or 3 years. Is that the best way to explain it?
One thing that I feel like I noticed is it's almost like you pinch your nose off or something.
Yeah, that's what I noticed.
feel like it's almost
like you're
nasally.
flaring your nostrils or something when you do it too.
Like when you try and screech, you almost pinch your nose off and screech up through your diaphragm. I don't know.
Are you
I just
in, does it feel like?
No. And I don't know anything about, like, that may be what's going on, but I don't
know. That's just from
like,
what I picked up on watching
you. Definitely do
is what it
something with
looked
your
like.
nose when you're doing it. Like
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. That's what I tried to start thinking about when I was trying to do it. Is like pinch off your nose or whatever.
It does come from your diaphragm, and like that's probably why it's nasally, is because that air is coming from down here.
Yeah.
I don't know really how to explain it other than like you're tightening your chest up, your stomach up, almost like when you blow a duck call with back pressure. It's like oof, oof, oof. That's where that scream comes from, is the back of your throat. And then you just kind of trail it off by dropping your jaw off at the end and follow with a hoot, obviously. But I don't know, you just got to practice it. You got to get that high pitched note in the back of your throat to get that scream. It really worked this morning though. Because
he gobbled twice. That's the only time he gobbled, was to the screech.
Yeah.
I'd say as far as locator calls go, I don't know that I've seen anything that works better than that.
Well, that screech carries a long way. And there's some folks out there, my buddy James Harrison makes an actual screech owl call, I think. But there's that sound, that high pitch just carries through the woods. And this morning we had some wind. It was hard to hear. And I owl hooted 3 or 4 times, and every time I did it, I was like shaking my head and looking back at them. They're like, yeah, that ain't carrying, because you couldn't hear it echoing. But then I really, like that one time he gobbled, I don't remember what y'all said, but it was like,
Yeah.
put your back into that one a little bit.
You
Like,
can really tell.
There's just not many other things that are that frequency out there, and it just seems like it. I mean, over anything, it makes them want to gobble.
Yep.
They can't help it.
yeah, my best advice to you, if you're gonna try that, is just to practice a whole bunch. I mean, until you get it, and try to listen to real owls as much as you can. But that's the only way I figured out how to do it, was just practicing in the yard. But hopefully that helps. One other thing we're going to touch on, we get a lot of questions about mouth calls. People have been asking about how to purr on a mouth call. And there's a couple of different ways that you can do it. You can put the call in your mouth and then roll your lips in the front. But I like to use the uvula thing, whatever that thing is that dangles down in the back of your throat.
Your punching bag.
Yeah, that's right. And I like to just roll that. So, and that's air that's coming up from your diaphragm, and it sounds, without the call, it's like, hear it rolling back there? That's how I'm making that purring sound. That's all it's doing, is just rolling the uvula in the back of my throat.
Seems like you're keeping your mouth closed and pushing air out of the side though too.
Yeah, you can do that. That's the thing. Like across this Echo, the combo cut, sort of that hybrid combo cut, I guess. You've got the open side of the call on the right side, and then you have the cut side on the left. So when you roll that sound out either side, you kind of get different pitches in the purr. If I'm just doing like a light clucking purr like a hen would in the woods, I usually do it out the right side. And then like a fighting purr. See how my jaw's opening up a little bit?
More air pressure too.
Yeah, yeah. It's just allowing that air to flow through the front of the call like you're not pinching it off. I was really pinching it off there a minute ago when I was trying to sound like just a feeding purr. You know, a hen moving through the woods and doing that soft talk. That took a long time to learn too, though. I mean, just lots of practicing. I could hear guys purring at those contests, and I would look at how they were doing it, and most of them were not doing that lip buzz like that. That's how my dad taught me to do it when I was a kid, and it never sounded that good. But when I started going to those contests, I saw those guys were purring and they weren't buzzing their lips. I'm like, how in the world are they doing that? And then I figured out it was that uvula roll in the back. So try that, give it a whirl, and hopefully those tips will help you. We're gonna head back to the woods, and we'll see y'all on the next video. Hopefully the next video we got some more turkey hunting action. Yeah, we'll try to go through more of these little quick tips throughout the tour. Thanks guys, see y'all.
Locked up perfect.